And this is me, Elisa, crossing the finish line of a race that turned out to be one of my very last for a long time. Because just a month later, I found out I was pregnant. Since then, I've carried a new strength inside me, slowed down when I needed to, and discovered that some runs don't need a stopwatch to truly matter. And then came the greatest finish line of them all, my daughter. Everything feels different. Running, training, even finding time for myself. 10 weeks later, I'm standing here again at the start line. I don't know how this race will go, or if I'll even make it to the finish, but I do know I'm here looking for something more than just a result.
Fellow runners, there we go! First race postpartum. I'm super excited, but also I have to say a little bit nervous. This race, I've already done it last year. You probably saw it in my vlog. If you haven't seen it, there it is. But this time I'm running it as a mom, freshly baked mom now. So I'm really curious to see how it goes. I've recently restarted running around week 8 postpartum, so I'm still in that process of getting back in the game, but it's also going well. My muscles felt great from the beginning. That's because I kept training during pregnancy and it really helped in this comeback, but still, it's not easy. So let's take this race with this mindset to not exaggerate, but be ambitious. I'm still a little bit puzzled about why do I want to do it with this urge? I guess I'll tell you later. I'll figure it out. Probably because 5 months off from running felt like an eternity. I feel pretty ready. Could have slept more, but this is always a topic, an issue when it comes to the night pre-race. I'm always super excited and my adrenaline doesn't let me sleep that well. And also the new sleep cycles as a newly mom don't help. So I let my little one at home with grandma, my mother. Luckily she's here just right for the race and helps with it. So I'll be away from my little one a couple hours and I hope everything goes well. So fellow runners, I'm well warmed up and hyped. See you at the start.
I always enjoy observing how differently every runner experiences those last few moments before stepping across the official start arch. Some look nervous, bouncing on their toes, checking their watch every 2 seconds. Others disappear into their headphones, completely zoning out, while the first-timers stand wide-eyed, soaking in every single detail. As for me, I like to look around. That's when the preparation meets reality. Until then, it's only an anticipation. Curiosity keeps me grounded, but honestly, I've never believed that this waiting moment defines a race. It's just the build-up. The real story only begins once you cross that line. The music, the cheers, the perfect weather, it all felt like a rush of adrenaline I hadn't tasted in almost a year. That magical moment when you blend into the crowds of runners and all the energies fuse together into one shared spark. It's the official beginning. At first, honestly, it felt pretty good. My legs knew what to do, my breathing settled into a rhythm, and for a moment I thought, okay, maybe this isn't going to be as scary as I imagined. I mean, not as scary, but as terrible. But then I reminded myself, don't get carried away, take it easy, stick to a pace that makes sense right now. Because you know how it is, there's always that part of you that wants to go all out. But today, that's not what matters. Today is about being smart, pacing myself, and trusting that the good work I've put in the last weeks of comeback will show up when it counts. So I immersed myself in the crowd and their cheering. Wow, I can't even explain how much it helps. Also, I won't lie, it wasn't effortless. I had to focus, keep my head in the game, remind myself not to let excitement or nerves take over. It felt like a conversation with myself, like a reminder of why I love running. Not the medals, not the results, but this feeling, this moment. And honestly, that's exactly what makes it worth it, at least for me.
Fellow runners made it. The atmosphere was a 10 on 10. Physical condition, I would say 9 on 10. Really good. I paced myself smartly and treated this race as a half marathon. So the first half was really a warm-up until kilometer 5, and I felt great. Then up to kilometer 7, I tried to speed it up. And also at kilometer 7, I started to feel my breathing a bit more labored. Indeed, my Garmin was saying I was in zone 4, not very good, but still I could hold it. So I kept it going, and then the crowd, the atmosphere, the cheering really motivated me, and I made it to the finish line with no pains, no aches. So I'm really satisfied with this race. And congrats to all the other fellow runners who crossed the finish line today as well. So I asked myself at the beginning of this video, why am I doing this? And I think I found my answer. So first of all, I wanted to prove to myself that I was strong enough to come back to my main passion, running, and I did it. But also on a broader picture, I wanted to show to all the lovely moms out there that you can take those even just 10 minutes per day, but take your time to find yourself again during motherhood. That's why it's very important to have supportive people around you. Surround yourself with this kind of people. Today I had my husband supporting me, my family who took care of my daughter. So without that, I wouldn't have been able to tackle this race. But the message I want to spread is don't forget to do what makes your heart beat. Maybe it's not necessarily running for you, it's another sport, another hobby, but it's really important. Take the time, fellow runner. Yeah, let me know what you think about this video. I hope it inspired you. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Feel your run!